Ah, look, this beautiful thing arrived. Very pleased with the way this has come out. But I do have an issue to solve, and that's these bus connectors at the side. I've got no way of connecting anything to them, so I need to design and solder up some breakout boards and some cross-connection boards. So if this was the main CPU, the plan was to have peripheral boards or the VJ board on the side such that the bus connections cross-connect everything. So with this in place, either a ribbon cable for longer experimentation or a simple little PCB with the connectors on would allow us to create a rigid connection between two boards side by side. And I want to get those made before I solder this up, otherwise I'm just going to have a disappointing wait. Let's have a look at designing those. Okay, so there's two more boards I want to make. Firstly, I want to make a bridging board that will cross-connect two side-by-side boards with this connector. Actually, I'll do a little one for this one as well, just to keep it neat. But the other thing I want to do is make a breakout board that will interface to one of these and then provide all the other connections that I've been using to connect up secondary peripheral boards. I won't need that eventually, but it will allow me to connect my temporary circuits back in the same way I've already been doing. Right, so let's assume a 1 square gap between the PCBs. I mean, that's a pretty trivial board. I need to think about what other annotation would be good on this. It's not vertically symmetrical, so we need some kind of marking so we don't put it in upside down. Right, now a ground fill on the back is not going to do us any good whatsoever because all of these lines are going to stop it filling, but one on the front might help. Okay, that's as simple as a PCB can get. So we still need reset and clock, unused and chassis ground. Okay, we don't need that. Do you think it's worth keeping this the same height, just so, or same height from the bottom of this connector, just so it kind of aligns with the boards at the bottom? I think that might be neat. So the idea is I'll stick one of these next to the main CPU board, cross-connect it with a piece of ribbon cable or with one of the little mini PCB connectors, and then I can tap into all of the important connections. Okay, I don't want to pack these so close I can't route them or fit connectors in while I'm actually making them. Okay, these are best at the top. Okay, I like that. I think an extra power connector up here would be smart. Now, most importantly, we want to take connections straight across. And the first of these should connect fairly easily, but it'll be complicated by the skip where I put a ground line in. Must be coming up surely. Yes, next one. Okay, well, this is going deceptively smoothly. Okay, now this red line is going to be awkward. Right, now these device lines are where it's going to get difficult. Now they appear in this bus connector going from low at the bottom to high at the top. Oh, I think that's actually a perfectly functional board. Give it the normal copper area. That's a really pretty little board actually. I like it. Let's add that to the order. Okay, let's take a look at these. These boards are very, very simple. We only really need to make sure they're the right way up, and that's why we've got the silk screen. Now we're not going to need these until we've got the other backplane sections, but we may as well solder a couple of those up. Going to need 3 of those, I think. I think we could do with maybe 2 of these breakout boards. We've got 5 PCBs, so we can always solder up another one later. Right, obviously the main bit will be these large IDC type connectors. Also going to have a bunch of these. They appear to be exactly the same height. Let's do the big ones first. Trying to work out the best way to do this. Okay, that should hold them straight. Right, well that's one of each done. Quite like the way that's going to look. It's going to give me a lot of flexibility as well. I'm going to do one more of each of these and an extra one of these. Okay, this is edit time, James. I soldered up the 4 extra boards. They're kind of boring standalone, so let's have a bit of fun and do a side-by-side race between the first attempt at making these boards and the second attempt. Start the clock the moment the first pad is soldered. Let's go. You can see I'm a bit more determined in the second batch on the right. Shouldn't really be a surprise that the second time I do it's going a lot quicker. So I'm playing this back at 10 times speed, but over on the left there you can see big chunks of pause where I'm off finding components or adjusting something. It'll give you an idea of how many chunks of time I have to edit out the videos normally. So onto the third board in the second batch. And there we go, winner, 34 minutes and 2 seconds. I do go on and solder another one of these bus interconnect boards. And I used those ground holes to add an anchor point to one of them. And there we go. That's a nice little selection of boards. a look back here. Now for this breakout board, we would expect that to sit there like that. And then one of these cross connection boards would sit there like that. This is going to be awesome. Okay, well, I hope you found this interesting. Next job for me is to actually make up one of these properly and transfer the boards to it. It's going to be fun. See you soon.